Second Take, week 3. We're back. We got Big Mike in the building from his week 2 hiatus. How are you, sir?
Much better now after a win. Feels much better.
1-1. And then, of course, one of the greatest guests we've ever had on the show, Ryan Downs in the building. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I mean, I assume Second Take is not doing too well. Just seeing me succeed must just really boil the blood. But, we're here. So
no, and then
I'm
shout
doing
out
well.
to the Lance Briggs. That's nice. That's a nice jersey you got there. Nominated today.
Yeah, we got to, just doing our part to hopefully push that nomination through.
These 100 views gotta get somebody. Somebody's gonna see this and think about him.
Yeah.
I feel like he was always the more unsung of him and Urlacher. I feel like he did a lot more. He was more consistent, in my opinion. And definitely. I think Urlacher got more of the hype and beauty of it, which kind of sucks, but he was just more of like to himself. He wasn't like a more media guy, I think.
A lot of Remember the Titan vibes. What a time that was. That was elite Bears defense. Charles Tillman got in there too, the originator of the Peanut Punch. Love seeing that every week. But shout out to the Bears. Shout out to the Bears. But we're here for Second Take. It's week 3. I want to start the show highlighting the epic drop in $25 ad. I know we should say this for Waiver Wire, but I can't help myself. Piani went out and dropped Tua, who put up 50 points. And he picked up Matt Ryan, who I believe put up 0.98. And then this week, spoiler alert, he spent $25 to re-add him. So I don't know if that's great management or what kind of GM we should call him for that, but that was a major blunder. Thoughts?
I just ran the numbers. Yes, 0.98 is less than what Tua scored last week by a few. I mean, I get it. I'm fine. I was fine with the initial drop. I think the 25 might be a little bit of an overcorrection.
I was going to put a little money in on him. I mean, I have Lamar, but I was like, I'm never going to start this guy unless it's like the bye week or it's a terrible matchup. But no, I just thought it was funny, and I definitely want to poke fun. I not to say none of us have never done it. I dropped a player and re-added and spent a lot of money, especially like in the NBA. I'm sure you can really attack me. I mean, one time I dropped a player, Mike picked him up in the NBA, and I ended up trading 2 guys to go get him back. So it's like, I am nobody to talk. I just thought it was funny. Let's bring it up. What a drop, though.
Yeah, it's interesting because I thought, look, Michael Pittman was out for that week, right? So that's maybe Matt Ryan struggled without his main receiver, sure, but like it was insane, honestly, insane. And Xavier lost a close match, right? And he started the Colts defense, who put up 0 for him, which is terrible, And so like it's got to be painful dropping Tua and then having a guy not even put up 1 point. Not a single point. Not even like he was hurt. He played all 4 quarters. Yeah, against Jacksonville. Dude, this is insane. I'm going on a tangent here, but I always, how they had that voodoo or some teams just don't win there no matter what. Yeah. I didn't really believe it. I was just like, that's BS. I mean, Carson Wentz went there last year. He got destroyed when they needed to win to get to playoffs. I just thought that was like Carson Wentz being a terrible quarterback. I didn't think it was for real until this weekend. This weekend, I was like, wow, everything they say is like true. They said Kirk Cousins doesn't do good in primetime games. Dude, he was awful. A Monday night, awful. All right. Yeah. They said that Brady is not good against the Saints, and I'm like, all right, like a couple matches with Sean Payton. Sean Payton maybe just a really good coach. Dude, he didn't have a single score until like the 3rd or 4th quarter.
Yeah.
It's insane. So these and then obviously Jags, Colts. I think Jags have beat the Colts for a while now. Miami's beating Patriots at home like 4 years in a row. Like, it's just insane, honestly. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
You would think this would help with gambling, but it didn't.
I know. Because like any sane person is gonna say, yeah, like I'm gonna take the Colts over to Jacksonville Jaguars. No, I wouldn't have took Minnesota over the Eagles. I think you're wrong on that side. I think that was a mistake by you. But
it was plus 2.5.
To go that
they could lose. They just had to keep it close. They've been putting up, anyways. Yeah, but Yeah, it was a crazy week. It was a crazy week too. But let's go ahead and get in these power rankings, huh? Go ahead and share my screen.
What was your projection? What was your prediction for Ryan Downs' season? By the way, was it 3-10? What was it?
Oh, you're gonna put some.
Tyler? Just showing blast here.
You're gonna bring that up now? Did I predict 3 wins? I said no. I believe I said 5.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I'll look it up.
I don't know.
Bring it up. I'll find it. I'll find. Oh, it's gonna.
I mean,
replay every time.
over here, all we heard was 0-13. That's what we're hearing on this one.
If it makes you feel better, he ranked me even lower. So I don't know if that does make you feel better. I don't think it does.
Well,
All right, at number 1,
at number 1, we got.
we have no other.
Who else would
Yeah.
be here? I mean, I'm
Go
the
ahead.
leading scorer in the league. While I can get it, I want it. My
Talk your
team
shit.
could have put 200 up last week, easily.
100%.
This is the hottest start I think I've had in my fantasy career. Wow, the disrespect! I just realized the disrespect. I'm sorry. All right, first of all, so there are 4 undefeateds left, and it's the top 4. Of course, I would have Ryan Downs coming in 4th here.
Yeah. Dude.
Matt, can we speak on Matt on draft day? Moving back to that 14th, right? He's behind Danny. His draft, he went and got his guys, and it has looked pretty good, to be honest. Also 2-0.
Also 2-0, yes.
Jesse losing Dak, picking up Carson Wentz, who has been more than serviceable, above average as a fantasy quarterback at 3 here. And then, of course, rounding out Ryan Downs at 4. I guess whoever wins out of me and Ryan, me and Ryan are playing this week. So I assume that person's going to go to 1 or stay at 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I'm glad you put yourself 1 this week, Tyler. You get your 1 week, because it'd just be boring if we just had to keep showing me at 1, from this week to next. So, yeah, little mixing it up. I like it.
I agree. Mike hated it all last year on his championship run. I totally understand that. Keeping it going. Dave at 5. I believe Dave's 1-1, right? Yeah, obviously there's only 4 undefeated. So I already said that. 1-1. I believe his first loss was, I think he got beat pretty bad. But I think our top 6 here, there's room for 7 through 10 to jump in there and maybe compete for that first round bye. But I like this. It's pretty concrete as like the top 6 teams. 6 with Xavier. And then Mike, that big win. I mean, if Mike takes an L there, I'm probably putting him, or at least the NFL is putting you a lot lower. Hannigan at 8. Joe at 9. Danny at 10. And this bottom 4, I can't believe I let Tony talk me into taking him last week. Shout out to the rookie. I did not have that initially. Mikey's team looks really bad. There are no running backs. I'm sure we'll get into it in the game center later. I'm a little worried about Mikey. Nate at 14. I don't think this is going to be the constant. I think he's going to move up. And then obviously Piani at 13. His running backs just aren't prolific at the moment. And I think that's why he's sitting lower.
People in glass houses, Tyler, talking about running backs.
Do you guys see anything here? Obviously, that maybe, I don't know. First look, I don't know how deep you guys are looking at other teams right now. Maybe there's somebody you're trying to trade for or whatnot, but it's still early. I don't think we really know who the top 6 is until after the 8th, 9th week, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say Piani's in more trouble than Nate is. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't have put Piani at 13. I would put Nate at 14. Nate at 14.
Swap that.
Or sorry, Nate at or even 11. I guess at that point it doesn't really matter. Everyone's 0-2.
Yeah, maybe
so
Mikey could go another slot lower too, where he's at.
Yeah, I do like some of the players on these teams that they're gonna come back. They're gonna look good, at some point. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, can we highlight a guy on Ryan's team? DeAndre Hopkins. Right? You're not a DeAndre
No.
Hopkins owner?
No,
I wish
that's
I was.
Xavier.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
Xavier? You know I love
I
this
was-
Xavier.
It's
I was trying to be, but he went like 2 picks before I was up.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, and so Xavier, who is already looking pretty decent, and then he's got him coming back. I look at that in a lot of leagues. Who took DeAndre Hopkins? I think someone's
Yeah.
gonna come back. Did you guys see Josh Gordon got moved off of the practice squad for the Chiefs? Or not the Chiefs, excuse me. He's on the
Titans.
Titans, yes. Which they need
Yeah.
help at receiver.
Yeah, I think he played Monday for him.
Yeah. I don't know,
So,
notable guy.
yeah.
Nobody's added him, so I must tell you what we think as a league.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I will just say this is what Joe does all the time. We'll just be like, yeah, Joe's 9. And
Yep.
then he'll just freaking win it all.
He'll turn it low and then he'll just turn it all the way to 10, right? When the playoffs start. And it's like, where was it? And then, like, I don't even know who's the quarterback going to be this year that's going to win the league, like the Ryan Tannehill type, who they just go off at the end, getting rushing touchdowns. And you're
Malik
right.
Willis probably, right?
Right. Malik Willis, he picks them up.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that scenario happening.
That's somebody that's
But
definitely.
he has some trouble too. He has definitely some issues on his team too. I guess everyone does really. But yeah, no, I think Piani's going to make a trade, so I think he's going to be fine at some point. But
with
yeah,
you, right?
That's
For one of your receivers?
hopefully this guy is asking for, I don't know. He asked for the moon and then trying to hit the stars, and I'm like, dude, we're not even off the earth right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I highlight a trade that so in the beginning of the year, he's saying AJ Brown, but he wants a kicker. He's like, AJ Brown's not worth any of my running backs, just straight up. Flash forward 2 weeks, he's hitting me up. It's Zeke and for AJ Brown, and I'm like, I'm gonna hold.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's bound to happen.
I am not trying to be too high on my players this year. I am open to trades.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All right,
This guy is not traded. Are you serious? When's the last? I can't. No, you're not.
I traded last
Unless
year.
Someone bends over backwards. If someone bends over backwards, then you'll trade. Or if it's somebody that you can care less about is already on your bench.
The Gus Edwards. You sent Gus Edwards, or I sent Gus Edwards. You offered me Cooper Kupp for Gus Edwards last year, and I just that's the ultimate. I can't live that down. So that's why we went and took him. But okay. Power rankings is obviously quick to move. Let's get into the waiver wired where $74 were spent.
It's a lot of money.
You know what? This is funny. Darrell Williams, running back, was featured on who he played for this week, and I did not change it, boys. So apologies on that one. But anyway, Tua, we talked on the beginning of the episode, $25 out of Miami to Piani. Of course, that's going to be QB1. I assume moving forward. Obviously, Piani is a wild card. He'll change it up at any point. I mean, he's probably available, to be honest. But I like the ad. Kind of need help. Matt Ryan wasn't the answer. Darrell Williams, running back Arizona, $22. Is Ryan Hannigan the James Conner owner? If I'm not mistaken, I think he is. We'll find out later. There's an injury, right, Mike?
Yeah, just a short-term injury. It doesn't sound like it's that serious, but I need a running back for a couple of weeks. It's fine with me. You know what I mean?
$22.
Not too big.
That's fine. And then you never know with that guy has got injury history. So
yeah, I'm still kind of beating myself up about Jeff Wilson. We didn't talk about this because I wasn't there last week. I really should just put the money down for Jeff Wilson. I don't know why I didn't do it. I think there was a lot of question marks for me, but that was just stupid. I should just put the money down. I think let's put some money down on Jordan Mason.
yes, you did.
Yeah. But fair enough. I think Davis Price got hurt this past weekend. He's going to be out for some time. So Jordan Mason is the number 2, but I already have a million number 2s. I need a number 1, So hopefully Darrell Williams.
Dylan is kind of a 1.5 or 1A, 1B.
Yeah. He's like 0.75. I give him 0.75.
We didn't really go over the jump.
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. It would be 1.5. Yeah, it would work that way. 0.75 would mean you're a stud.
You put in 26% of your fab. The next closest to me when I bid 38 was Matt with 32.
Yeah. I should have just put 40. I don't know why I did that.
41. Yeah, and then Dave added Rashad White, running back, Tampa Bay. $8. It's fine, right? Don't see no problem with that. The Cowboys defense went to Xavier for $8. Not 100% who they're playing. They're playing the Giants this week, the 2-0 Giants. So that's exciting.
2-0 Giants, yeah.
Maybe Xavier's. I think they're in New York. They might be at home. I don't know if they're in Jerry World. We'll find out. Jameis Winston, $6 to Mikey. I'm not too sure about this one. He also picked up Kami Fairburn, the Houston kicker, but the Jameis Winston news is that he's got broken cartilage or something, ribs.
Yeah, he has a small fracture in the lower back. It's ridiculous. I don't know how he's still playing.
I don't know how much you're gonna get out of him. Did somebody pick up Mr. Hill, who is at the tight end spot this year? I'm not too sure about that. I'm sure somebody
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, you can start him at tight end this year.
Yeah, I think someone picked him up last week. I want to say Dave, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, we'll find out. But I mean, I'm just curious to see where he's going to start. How do you have the confidence starting Taysom? I guess if you know Jameis is injured, maybe you have a little bit more. But and then Danger added Eagles defense, $5. Philadelphia. There's people saying that they're going to be a Super Bowl contender this year, and I'm just like, maybe.
I think it's more like the NFC just kind of sucks. So people are like, well, someone has to win it.
Especially the NFC East, like they got a chance to go. But I pretty mild waiver wired week 3 here. I think guys went out and got people they need and help. And then, like you said, Mike, I think you're probably I think Piani came out on top with the best ad, but I agree. Running back to start for several weeks. That's worth 22% to me. Okay. Do you guys want to do the who he played for?
Let's do it.
I believe I have it on the Chrome. All right. Welcome to who he played for. Of course, we have Darrell Williams fresh off. If Mike doesn't know this.
Miami. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No, of course. I looked for guys with touchdown upside in this year, and Darrell Williams, serviceable running back, and played for Kansas City. I just thought. But anyways, let's move forward. Quez Watkins, wide receiver, plays in the.
I know.
We know, or do you need a hint? I can tell you which.
I know.
I know too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Philly, right?
It's
Yes.
Philly. It's Eagles. He just scored this Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's too soon, right? It's too. Yeah. I could have went a little harder.
Oh.
Okay.
Actually, before he scored too, I watched like a YouTube video of him just saying he was the fastest player in the league. And he's like, I'll put that on anyone, yada, yada. I was like, okay. And then I saw he had 5 yards separation when he got that touchdown. I was like, Jesus, it's actually fast.
Okay. So keep an eye out for Quez Watkins, huh? Where's OJ Howard?
2 touchdowns week 1.
2 touchdowns week 1. And then nothing week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody added him either.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we know.
Yeah. In my dynasty league, I had the other tight end on this team, so I was kind of monitoring, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess this guy's useless. I guess OJ Howard's just gonna take everything."
Dynasty. Oh, now you got to share that lineup.
I don't know who.
Oh,
I don't know who the other tight end is on the team.
Really? So you're contending?
Oh, I'm the defending champ in that league.
Ooh.
I'm the Mike of that league.
Oh, I like that. Mike, so you have no idea, huh?
Oh, I know. It's Houston Texans, right? Am I right?
Wow, 3-3 on you guys.
Yeah, Houston Texans.
Maybe I was a little too weak.
Yeah.
I should have brought my. It's not too many guys have scored yet,
Yeah.
These are kind of big names. I don't know. Maybe go with the rookie. You know what would have been a good one? Garrett Wilson. Tyler, do you know who this guy plays for? Who he plays for?
Garrett Wilson? Yeah.
He had a monster game.
He plays for the New York Football Jets.
I came into this week. I was like, I'm gonna drop $30 on Garrett Wilson, and nope. Tony picked him up last week.
Yeah,
dude,
already left him on the bench,
bro.
Left him on the bench.
Insane, dude.
You love to see that. That's what our league is known for. Picking up guys.
We're so deep. Yeah.
1 week in advance, just to know. I love
Yeah.
that about the league.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, he said he left him on the bench. He was very
Well, before I picked up Jordan Mason, I was going to pick up Davis Price. That guy was like on someone's team already
already drafted right
prior
here.
to,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? Oh, yeah. On your team.
What handsome guy drafted him?
It was pretty sick. It was like, oh, okay. And now he could certainly have a role.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Yeah, he got hurt.
Oh, did he?
That was
I didn't really watch football last Sunday. He got hurt? How bad?
Oh, he's out for weeks. Yeah. He got like 15 carries, something like that. So like he was doing what I thought he would do. Nope.
Now, pass that over to Jordan Mason now. Hopefully that guy goes off.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
The
So
running
we
backs
got
going
cut
down like
today.
crazy.
Right.
All right. Well, let's shoot through these last week's results. I thought, we'll start here with my matchup. Game of the week, well, I would say for last, the Ryan Bowl. But so what a day by my team. The Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews stack paid off, as I think it will a few times this year. And then of course Cooper Kupp is just great. And Danny texted me. He said, I thought you were going to take it easy this week, and I said I can't help it. The bad start, I guess, was, obviously I could have started Wilson or Tyler Lockett over some of these guys and scored a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm starting AJ Brown personally. And how about can we shout me out on the Curtis Samuel pickup? It's Debo.
Great pickup.
It's the poor man's Debo. Is what I'm calling.
Great pickup. He was going off. And then, dude, freaking James Robinson, dude. That's a guy I love as a running back. Just love him. I have a special place in my heart for James Robinson. And I should have drafted him. I don't know how you got him.
I drafted
my nose. I guess I was worried about the injury, and then Travis Etienne, everyone was hyping him up.
ESPN hype.
Is that what you were thinking too, Ryan?
Yeah, and I forgot. I was listening to something. It was based because did he have an Achilles injury? I think.
Yes, he was coming off an injury last year.
Yeah, and it was literally no running back has ever come back from it and had been productive. So I'm like, well, I guess he's just off my board at that point. And
it wasn't like he was on my list. By no means. I'm looking at the list, and there's this running backs left. I'm like, all right. He was a drop candidate before week 1, but I like to hold. But yeah, no, shot me. Danny. Still without his star tight end Kittle. 125 is impressive. I think Danny's really hurting at running back. Obviously. Dobbins going to come back at some point and be a weapon for him. And then the Herbert news, Mike, he's okay, right?
He's fine. Yeah, he's practicing today. Feels good. A little bit of pain, obviously, but he'll be all right. I think they'll just protect him more, probably not run him out the pocket. It'll be all right. Actually, I just want to say about Danny's team, I made fun of the Bills defense pick in the 7th round. And when we did our draft recap, I would kill for the Bills defense right now. I would kill. They're so good. And they're going to be so good for the rest of the year. They're outrageous. It's dude, you know what? I knew they had Von Miller, right? And I was like, yeah, there's going to be a good defense. But I'm not, you know what I mean? Dude, I would.
Not 7th round value.
Right dude, he's already got 7th round value.
No, I know. It's better than 7th round
value. He's got 2 great weeks. Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. And then Tyreek Hill, man. I slept on Tyreek Hill too, man. I was like, I couldn't have drafted him. I took Devontae Adams over him, but dude, Tyreek Hill, man, went off.
Just such a super talent. I've had Tyreek Hill before on my team. A lot of people say he's boom or bust, but he booms way more than he busts, in my opinion. All right. Cutting through this. Here we go. Tony, which I took him. I was originally going to go with Dave in this matchup, and Dave did win. And also, before we get going, Mike was 7 for 7 last week. I just want to shout you out, buddy. 7 for 7 on these predictions.
No way.
Yes.
Really?
Congratulations.
That's outrageous.
Tony, obviously, the Cordell, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has not looked good this year, huh, boys?
No, he just, outside of Jefferson, I don't think anyone on that team's really looked good.
That's fair. And obviously leaving Garrett Wilson and Amari Cooper on the bench hurt him. And then the Nick Chubb game was amazing. What a force Nick Chubb is. But I think Dave's team is respectable, honestly. And I don't think Tony's got too much to worry about here. He had a couple bad starts. I remember speaking to him. He said the Russell Gage thing was, with the news and no Godwin, he thought. But yeah, it was a close matchup. Shout out to Dave on that win.
Yeah, you think
Danger.
he changes his team name?
Who does?
You think he'll change his team name now that Judy's out for a long time?
Maybe. I like Big Booty Judy, but you're right. He's not going to be the constant, so you might as well.
Yeah.
The Christian Kirkland signature, what a great team name. I was very high on Christian Kirk this year and wanted to take him, but Matt went up and got him, and they paid him a lot of money, guys. You got to follow the money. What a victory.
The money. It's true. You really do have to follow the money sometimes. Like, they're paying someone for a reason, That being said, they paid Allen Robinson like $30 million. The guy hasn't done anything so far. I mean, he's got like,
he was serviceable.
Yeah, he was all right. Yikes, man. Darnell Mooney, huh? Awful. Looks terrible.
Oh, what a
Matt Ryan.
Fourth round Darnell Mooney hype.
So bad.
I shouted him out when he took him. It wasn't gonna be me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a safe space, guys, but so I'm gonna whisper it. I'm worried about Fields.
Yeah. No. 8 completions, or was 9 completions, I think it was. I think it was 8. It's a little concerning.
I've seen this story before where the coaching staff just doesn't trust the guy, and
the legs are nice. It's nice to see him roll and do extra things, and it's great. I'm not out. I'm sure you're not out either, Ryan. But our noses are up, and we're a little concerned.
Yeah. I mean, we stopped recording, right? That's not on video evident. That was just between us.
Yeah. I can cut that.
Okay. Yeah.
No. It is scary, and hopefully Mooney can be at least wide receiver 2 value. I mean, he was last year.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have better days just from the fact that he can't have worse days. But yeah, I mean, I just think we're obviously going to be like, the Bears have made it pretty obvious their game plan is to throw it 15 times, if that. And, if you're only throwing 15 times, even if you're getting half the targets, that still puts you behind most receivers.
I mean, we might see on the betting apps his over-under for Fields is like 150. And when you start seeing that, it's like, oh my gosh. No, but I agree. And obviously, the 50 points wouldn't have been enough, but I don't know. Keanu's got some work to do. He's going to make a trade. This is not the final team. We know that. And shout out to Matt. What a major victory. Robbie Anderson's kind of fallen off the last couple weeks, but he's got him. I love Stephon Diggs. I am him. I appreciate that so much.
I know. I'm him. I love that.
I'm him.
That should be his team name.
Watching
that
them
should be
play,
his team name.
Watching them play, that's what I was screaming every time he got the ball. I was like, that's him. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wide receiver 1 status.
Outrageous.
That's what Diggs is. Screams.
Yeah. I will say one thing. So first thing on Fields, I feel like from outside point of view, I don't know, like, he doesn't have great receivers, not the greatest receivers, but his O-line, I just think it's a confidence thing. He's not getting the time to like read. I feel like he's rushing everything. You know what I mean?
Mike, they're not really calling
scramble a lot.
They're not really calling the pass.
Well, they can't. They can't hold them up for 3 seconds, bro.
No,
like,
the O-line.
Why would you call a pass play?
It's not as bad. They're not the worst O-line in the league. I'll say that.
It looks really bad, dude. It seems like he's getting hit every single play.
I think the O-line will be much better once Clark's hand heals and he can move back to center.
Right.
Because I think Mustafa's been terrible. So once we get him out, and then just can go just him and Jenkins instead of him and Jenkins and Clark rotate in and out, I think it will be much better. But yeah, I mean, obviously his receivers suck outside of Mooney. So
He's got a St. Brown.
And
Those guys are good.
yeah, he has a St. Brown.
He ain't got the right one, but he's got a St. Brown. No, absolutely.
and speaking of following the money, Kyler Murray, what a game! What a way to beat the
Kyler Murray.
Raiders.
You ever watch
Dude,
watch
them.
Kyler Murray? Just like you ever look at like his facial expressions? It looks like he just doesn't care what's going on. He's just out there, and then like he'll just go do his thing. And I don't know, like I read into that on the sidelines, of course. We used to watch Jay Cutler, and it's just like I don't think he's happy where he's at. I could be wrong though. It's just from outside.
He looked pretty happy at the end of the game.
Well, winning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He's just playing. He's playing backyard football 90% of the time.
Which is crazy.
Imagine how many fantasy points he'd have if he did homework.
All right. This was a pretty close one here. Joe took Xavier to town here, won by as smallest of margins. The big thing that came out of this game was Mike Evans got suspended for a game. I got him in the S-spin. That was unfortunate. And I think Josh Allen obviously we knew this before the season, but he has a real chance to win MVP this year. That guy's insane. And I thought he was a steal where Xavier got him.
Yes, I agree. Was he? I don't think he was. Oh, he was first off the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Gabe Davis. No,
yeah.
Gabe Davis this game. The Kendrick Osborne start.
Jahan Dotson looks like a good pickup. I don't think he drafted him. He was picked up, right?
He might have drafted him, to be honest. I know Sterling Shepard was a pickup, and I was a big fan of that. But
Xavier, dude, like he should have won this game. Colts defense has let him down, bro.
Yeah, and bad starts.
Well, and also like you look at it, you like had a good game, Swift with 16 points, but he was limited. Like he didn't get his full workload. So I mean, it's pretty crazy that he was still able to put up 16 points even despite limited work.
And then you would think Robert.
I called Jesse.
Yeah, what about Jesse?
Go ahead, Tyler.
No,
you go ahead first.
I thought Robert Woods would have done more.
Yeah. I called Jesse on Sunday, and we were just talking the whole time about how I took CeeDee Lamb over DeAndre Swift, and I was just in pain. So much pain. He's so good. I was watching Reds, and I was like, dude, he's so good. What was I thinking? I like legit just had tunnel vision on a receiver. I didn't even like consider DeAndre Swift. That's insane.
Like video footage
so
who needs running backs. So clearly you don't think they're worth it. I think you'd rather have I don't know. I'd rather have one of the top 3 tight ends over my RB1, but that's just me. But yeah, this was quite a matchup.
Let me give you some. Would you rather have Derrick Henry right now or
Travis Kelce?
Tyreek Hill. Or Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek. Give me Tyreek.
Who needs running backs? Exactly. Derrick Henry was drafted like 7 spots before Tyreek Hill, Tyler.
You know how it is
in
fantasy drafts. I mean, would you rather Christian McCaffrey hasn't been the number 2 fantasy option, but it's just like there is such a deficit at running back when but if they go down, it's like, God.
I know.
It's easier to find a receiver than a running back on the free agency. And I think that's what lies into the draft value, but it is what it is. Mikey's just got destroyed here. Lance to the injured reserve. We saw the Jameis pick up broken ankle. I thought he was going to pick up Jimmy G, but I think it's fine here. Wentz is just, like I said, this guy's been outperforming. And then of course, Amon St. Brown, what a pick, 4th round pick.
Outrageous.
What a steal. I mean, would you rather have Amon St. Brown or would you rather have Darnell Mooney? I think you'd rather have Amon St. Brown any day of the week.
What? Yeah, exactly. I feel bad though for Mikey. Like a lot of this, I just don't think that. Like
his
I
strategy.
Think Kyle Pitts should be doing better. I think Kyle Pitts should be doing better, basically. Like I don't think that's unfair.
I mean, not if you ask his coach. His coach says everything's going perfectly to plan, and it's crazy that you would question it.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
And I'll tell you what's scary is Atlanta's put up between 2 weeks. I think they put up over 54 points. They've 27 this week, and then I think 20 something last week. And Pitts has not been involved in any of that. And it's like, dude, that's scary if you're a Kyle Pitts owner. You know, it's not like the offense wasn't firing. It's like
he's laying blocks out there for the Mariota scramble,
just running decoys.
Yeah, he's just a big decoy. That's terrible. I agree. He picked up James, but we forgot to mention he has Trevor Lawrence, which is, I think, respectable. And the Dak, he'll probably be on IR.
I would drop Dak. I don't really think that's worth holding on to.
Right. Maybe move one of these other guys to IR if you can. I don't think Godwin can. None of these guys can go. Only you have to have the special designation. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Lance is done for the rest of the year, so I understand why he was dropped. But shout out to Jesse. What a big win, and team looks strong there. Obviously, there's a hole at RB2 for him. JD McKissick, I guess, will probably get to go next week, I'm sure. Maybe Mostert as well. We'll see. But what a blowout. What a blowout. We'll say that. Let's say that for last.
No spoilers.
How about this? Nate, tough L to Big Mike here. Special teams was on point.
Out of nowhere.
Good Lord.
Out of nowhere, man. I can't tell you how happy I was Monday night to see that. To see that win. Tyler Bass put up 12, and my, Jalen Hurts, the guy I took in the 5th round over DeAndre Hopkins, put up 32 for me. Felt really good. I really thought it was over, especially when Derrick Henry scored. I think on the first drive of the game, I think Derrick Henry scored a touchdown. I was like, yeah, it's not looking good. But
then they got blown out.
Came back and won it. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, if you look at his stat line, it's like, this is crazy, but it's the rushing. That's where you're getting that extra points from. He's kind of a cheat code. I had him in the ESPN last year. I loved him. Even on a bad game, it's 20 points. Big fan of him.
I know. Yeah. That was before he had receivers
Robinson,
too.
15.
Yeah.
Tight end outperformed.
Yeah.
Everett's probably going to be top 3, top 4 tight end this year? What do you think? He has a chance to be, right?
Yeah, he does. I think so. We had a guy, Donald Parham, with some fantasy help for everyone out there. He's really good tight end. He was hurt the first couple weeks. He's healthy now, so I don't think Everett's going to get the same amount of targets. But I'll set him in some trade offers.
So he might be coming out
of him. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I like him. He's really good. I don't know, what can I say? I'm just happy. Shout out to the NFL and fantasy for that fumble Sunday night. It was Rodgers passing it to Dylan, and it came out of Dylan's hands, but they attributed the fumble to Rodgers, so they gave him -3, and I had Dylan. You know what I mean? So that helped out a lot, and I only won by 6 points.
Oh,
so
that's
that
a major swing. Holy
major swing, dude. Yeah, and Wichita was so pissed about it. Nate, he's like, dude, what the hell? I can't believe they attributed that to Rodgers, because it was definitely a Dylan fumble for sure. Like, oh, dude, I feel that.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Way to drop that there. Oh, I tell you, Nate last year too had the same thing where he's losing by the closest of margins. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Can't catch a break. Drake London though, 24.6. That's nice. Like you said, everybody in Atlanta is doing well, but Pitts, even the rookies. But game of the week was the Ryan Bowl. I love when they give you like a snippet of all time, but it's not here. What a just dominant performance by you, Ryan. Amazing.
Thank you. It's always good to add another Ryan Bowl trophy to the collection.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many champions of the league have there been? Like 7? Only two men have won the Ryan Bowl in history. So which title is more prestigious? Who's to say? So it's it was a good one. It was a good one. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the
Anthony
team.
Jones looked incredible.
Yeah, that was a very bittersweet as that
Yeah.
was happening.
Of course. We always, as fantasy owners, we always want to see our players do well, though, no matter if they're playing the Bears or not. Understand. Youngway missed a kick. That was crazy. And then the James Conner injury, of course. But looking down here on the left here, I Hannigan may have some issues moving forward. Team's not looking too hot.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Odell Beckham pickup?
I mean,
Wow.
he's far away. He's not coming back anytime soon.
No, he's not.
He needs a team first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
let's put it that way for real.
Any worry about Juju, Ryan?
Publicly, no. We're
Okay.
fine. You should trade for him. He's going to be great.
Understandable. I mean, Daryl Henderson
He's a
is
scrub.
somebody you can easily move, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Juju's a scrub.
when you look at the lineup, you might see a change when we get to this week's games.
All right. Well, that wrap up last week's results. Let's move to these predictions. We'll start here with Big Mike's game. Here we go. Playing Piani this week, 0-2 Piani. I don't think Piani started 0-3 before. I don't think I've seen that, Mike, since his inception in the league.
Can we make it happen? Hopefully.
I mean, it's possible. I see no CD in the starting lineup. Is this just how it's going to be moving forward?
No, I do my lineup Saturday night.
Oh, I like
Always.
it. Piani's looking. Keep him on his toes.
Keep him on his toes. Yeah.
Julio Jones getting 11.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, I guess there's no Mike, no
No Evans.
Evans. Yeah, so that does make sense. As for this matchup, I'm gonna ride with you, Mike. Naheem Hines, huh?
Nah, it's probably gonna be Darrell Williams, right? He'll probably get start even against the LA Rams defense.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How about you guys? What are you seeing here? I mean, obviously, Piani's projected to win. You know, NFL projections mean a lot.
I read them like the gospel, you know. But, yeah, there's a lot of high variance, I would say. I mean, like, is Kamara gonna play?
Right.
Is Julio Jones gonna play? I think there might be more upside on that end, but I think the safer bet's to go with Mike.
We're probably gonna see that Q next to Julio the whole year. He's old. It is what it is. Like, all right,
Even when he was young, there was a Q next to his name.
this is true. I assume
That's
you're
true.
taking yourself.
I will take myself. I mean, it's gonna be a close one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who I'm starting at receiver, to be honest with you guys. I have no idea. We're gonna need some help here, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Let's just hope Leonard Fournette doesn't go off against Green Bay, and then Kamara doesn't go off against Carolina. So I need some things to go right for sure. But I think the Tua and Waddle, I think they might have a down week. Knock on wood.
Oh, they're playing Buffalo.
I think
They're playing Buffalo.
I know, man. Like, yeah.
Allen Robinson.
So
I mean, the Rams playing Arizona could be a shootout, but you know how it goes. That's gonna be. I agree. This is a fun Sunday weekend for football. I think there's a lot of good matchups. But okay, all right. So we're all on Mike there. Let's go ahead and Matt is playing Danny. Holy cow, huh? 0-2, 2-0. I think we can all confidently say Matt's gonna win this on first look. But look at Danny's receivers: Devo, Tyreek Hill, Jarvis Landry. No Kittle. Kittle maybe might play. So that would bump Danny up, you know, another 5 points there. How do you guys feel?
what's his injury? Is it ankle?
No, it was
Yeah.
hamstring. I want to say.
A hamstring. That makes more sense for it to linger like that.
Something like
Okay.
But as it stands,
Yeah.
I do think Matt is favored, and I'm going to stick with him here. How about you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's my day one. So I'm always gonna have his back. So gotta go with him. He's been killing it. I'm in another league with him. He has Christian Kirk in that league. Christian Kirk's this guy this year.
He had a plan.
Yeah. He knew what we all didn't. So
Damn.
He committed early to the name too. I
was
love
not
that.
happy about
That's
it.
so
There was a
awesome.
big yelp from me. It was a sleeper I had. I mean, he's not really the seventh
Yeah.
round. You know what I'm saying? I thought I'd be able to get him a little later. Absolutely. How about you?
Yeah.
How about you, Mike? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Matt too. Yeah, NFL projections are always correct. Did you guys know that Matt was projected to go 0-13 this year? He's
He
already got
was?
2 wins.
Already 2 wins.
Yeah, 2-0 to start the year. Yeah, they know so much for NFL. Know what they do.
I guess they doubted Devin Singletary. I don't really know why they would think. It's NFL predictions. I mean, projections? What do we expect? Absolutely. How about Joe, 3-time playing Dave? How do you guys feel about this one? This is a major. Okay, no Dalton Schultz, no Mike Evans. Obviously, we can probably give him 20 points, maybe 15 actually looking at it here. Oh my goodness. Duvernay would probably play. Ish Smith, is that who that is? I believe out of Minnesota. Is probably going to tight end, and then
Irv Smith.
Irv Smith,
Yeah.
excuse me. Ish
Ish
Smith
Smith.
is an NBA player.
yeah, 76ers.
Yeah. Irv Smith. Yeah, he's probably going to go in there then, right? We can assume. I still think Dave's favored pretty heavily here. And I also have Dave.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember high school graduation. Uncle Dave was there. He gave me some advice. He leaned in. He said, "Week 3, 2022, I'm going to beat Joe." We didn't even know Joe at that point, so it's pretty impressive. So I have to go Dave.
Joe is he'll
advice.
battle you. He'll battle you hard, but that's pretty amazing for Dave to have the insight on that all the way ahead in 2022. That's pretty goddamn.
Yeah.
Shout him out. I like Rashad Bateman, and Olave has been getting a lot of work to Dave. That's
He has.
And then I mean the number one tight end fell to him, huh? You just keep bringing that up every week. I mean, it's insane the Kelsey value.
He actually only had like 11, I think, last game, or like 10, 11. It wasn't that crazy, but yeah, no, I think Andrews is number one tight end, isn't he? Currently.
Currently, yeah, after last week. But you know what I'm saying? Like throughout the year, I mean, he's gonna be projected. You're going Joe, or you're taking Dave as well.
I'm actually gonna take Joe here.
Whoa,
Mr. Three Time. I don't know why I'm taking Joe, but I'm just taking Joe. It's just one of those things, you know. He just always gonna win, and no one's gonna know about it. You know what I mean?
These are one of those weeks where he sneaks by. I can see it. Also, shout out to Joe. He's having a housewarming for this weekend. I believe it's on Saturday, 6 p.m. to midnight. Whoever's interested, I think it's on the group me. Just throwing it out there. I'll probably make an appearance. Maybe make some trades. Probably not.
Chime.
All right, Jesse is playing Tony this week, 2-0 versus 0-2. Don't sleep on this one. This could be an upset type of game, as Tony is favored. These look like final lineups to me. Garrett Wilson on 16.9. One game. That's all it takes for NFL. Me personally, I got Jesse taking this one down. I think we're gonna see a McCaffrey game. I think it's time. I'm thinking I'm gonna put 35 plus on it. Might even gamble on him this week. His overs.
Yeah, I'm worried about Thielen. I think if we knew Godwin was going and he could play Godwin over Thielen, I'd go Jesse in that case. But I think I'm gonna go to Tony here, and then hoping that Flattery will lead him to trade me Garrett Wilson.
That's fair. Tony is known as a trader. He will trade.
Yeah, I mean, you got Keenan coming back, Tony. You don't even really need him. You should just send him my way.
Understandable. How about you, Mike?
It's a really tough call. I don't love Jesse's matchups, but I guess I'll just go Jesse just because.
Wentz is coming home, revenge game.
Yeah, I don't love Jesse's matchups though. He's got some tough matchups, I think.
Okay.
So
Jesse, it is.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
He should change his team name. He should change his team name to something Amon-Ra St. Brown related. I think that's his best player over McCaffrey.
Oh, that's kind of insulting, isn't it? Usually,
Yeah, I mean it is.
I understand. How about Mr. Hannigan is playing Xavier this week, 1-1 versus 1-1. Xavier is favored by quite a bit here. Of course, these Qs are here, but I think all these guys are going to play. I think Gabe's coming back this week. I might be mistaken. I got him in the Espen. James Conner is definitely not playing, right, Mike?
I need him not to. I have no idea. It seemed like he was hurt. He's gonna be out for a couple of weeks, but it says questionable now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think he might go. But
Maybe on the full workload, but yeah, I personally took Xavier here to win. It's hard to bet against Josh Allen. Jacoby Myers has been somebody this year. It's kind of nice. And I think Gabe's going to play. Michael Carter is the PPR back for the Jets.
Mike,
He's good.
He's getting a lot more workload than I thought he would with Hall being there. But I mean, it's hard to go against the Josh Allen, Gabe Davis combo. I think that should go off. I'd go with Xavier personally.
Okay. About you, Mike?
I have no idea. I guess I'll go. It's a toss up again. I'll just take Hannigan.
Okay.
Screw it.
Well, I mean, you did go undefeated last week.
Last week, yeah. I'm gonna go 0-7 this week. Well, actually, I hope not. Let me go 1-7. Let me get at least my prediction correct.
Yeah, let me get the one I voted for me. Yeah. How about Nate?
That one.
Who's playing Mikey this week? And Lawrence isn't the starting lineup. You just pick up Jameis as an insurance policy. You love to see it. I think Nate is going to right the ship here. 1-2, get his first dub. This is sad for Mikey. Back-to-back years of just horrible fantasy production. You hate to see it. This guy came in the league, was a stud. Went to back-to-back championships first 2 years.
He's not 0-2. Mikey is 1-1. Start off there, all right. Second of all,
I don't foresee it.
He's got Jefferson and Sutton. That's gotta mean something.
Jefferson is somebody. I think he might be the wide receiver one this year, and out of all of them. But last week,
I don't think so. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
I think Cooper Kupp's gonna be Cup is gonna be number one. It's not even close. I don't think it's gonna be close. But I think Kyle Pitts will figure it out. Like if they don't have like Kyle Pitts doesn't have 10 points against Seattle, then I'm just trading him for anything. I at that point. Like Seattle's not even a good defense. Like they have a fine defense. Kyle Pitts he's gotta be on the map. It's gonna be his breakout game for the season. 25 points, 2 touchdowns, or something crazy like that.
This is the time. I agree. Seattle's defense is not that good. I saw Kyle Pitts in the Espen League go for Antonio Gibson.
That was a trade?
Yeah. Straight up. I saw it in the Espen. Now, I'm not the commissioner of that league, but I thought that was I was like, whoa.
That's a fair trade. I mean,
I don't think it's unfair. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, let's say Pitts goes out this week and does nothing. What's his trade value at? Like that's 3 straight weeks of doing nothing and his head coach having no problem with it. Yeah, I go Mikey here. I think his receivers will carry him. I think Mike Thomas will have a good game. Jefferson will have a good game. Sutton will have a good game. And it's now or never for Pitts. If he doesn't do it this week, then I don't know. I'd be trying to trade him for anything at that point. I'd be trading for Antonio Gibson at that point.
Yeah, understandable. How about you, Mike?
I'm gonna go Nate. This is Nate, right?
This is Nate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nate. Yeah, I'm gonna go Nate. And Kyle Pitts was a second round pick. That's insane. Dude, yeah. I'm gonna go Nate though. I think Drake London is looking good, really good. I think DK Metcalf's gonna have a good game. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Saquon has been marvelous this year. Kind of disappointed he's not one of my guys. I love Saquon. I love the talent. I'm just happy to see him doing well, honestly. Okay. Well, let's go to the game of the week. We got two juggernauts heading. Oh, you guys hear Oreo? Excuse him. It is
He's
me
excited for the game of the week.
versus Ryan. How about that? The game of the week. And the NFL is very high on me this year. They got me winning the league. So, of course, my projections are going to be high. Don't worry about the Lamar Q. He's fine. I think this is going to be a battle. I don't think I'm going to blow. I've been blowing my opponents out. I don't think it's going to happen here. I'll be real with some respect to Ryan. I think his team is formidable.
You don't mean that.
I would
Yeah, he
rather
doesn't mean it. He's-
have your running backs than mine. But of course, I would take my receivers over yours and tight end and the flex play. So I'm going to take myself here. And this is the starting lineup, unless something happens that you're looking at on paper. Oh, no, this is a lie. It's a lie. I am dropping the Packers defense. You will see a new defense. I will tell you that, Ryan. I will give that knowledge to you. There will be a different defense in the starting lineup.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't even need that knowledge, Tyler. I'm not worried about you. So you can do whatever you want.
Fair.
I'm winning this week. You had a cute run for 2 weeks. It's nice. But yeah, I mean, obviously you're gonna pick yourself and pick against me. It's what Second Take does best. So
The slander.
it's slander.
Is
Yeah, I
terrible.
mean it's gonna be. I mean it's gonna be. I look forward to next week when I'm 3-0 and you still have to figure out a way to put like Matt ahead of me. So it will be fun, and I'll cheer on my good buddy Matt Ramirez. But yeah, it will be fine.
God, yeah, Matt loses. I still put him. No, respect to you. I agree. You are better than advertised. There's no doubt about it. Your team is hot. I am a little worried about this one. When I saw you on the lineup, of course, I don't know about you guys. I look at the whole schedule when I get it. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, this was one where I was like, this could end the streak. This could end the streak, and the streak meaning 2 wins. I mean, that's hilarious.
Such a liar, dude. You did not say any of this stuff. You just say it right.
No, I did look at this
man. You
matchup.
were
I thought
talking
this was,
mad.
yeah, absolutely. I was like, this one's gonna
Yeah. He looked at the schedule and he said, "Man, that could be one of Ryan's 3 wins." Yeah. Okay, Tyler.
I said it would happen to me, right? I would give him enough. My team would fail to show up that day. Yeah. All right, Mike, where are you going? No pressure. Go wherever your heart desires.
No pressure. This is a tough choice, man. This is a game of the week for a reason.
I'm so excited for football.
I think Joe Burrow. Yeah, I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase right the ship. I think they're going to go for 60 combined.
Oh,
those two guys.
That is a good double dip. I agree.
I think if Tyler Lockett starts over Curtis Samuel, which I think you should, Tyler, you should start Tyler Lockett over Curtis Samuel.
Will not.
That could be good for you. It's a tough matchup, man. It's hard to call.
It's a coin flip, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ryan Downs here.
Nice.
I like the doubt. Can't wait to reap this one in when we all come full circle. Absolutely. Well, that'll wrap up the predictions, right? Come back to us here. Triple screen. Great episode so far. Let's close it out here with the Second Take Hotline featuring Ryan Downs. Ryan, I wanted to start with my first question here. It was a tough ending to a terrific season last year, even though I doubted you. What was your mindset entering the draft this year? A typical, normal?
Yeah, I was preparing for the 14th pick, like always, and yeah, I was. It was a rough season. I still have not forgiven Tom Brady, and yeah, I mean, I felt good.
Calvin Ridley.
I felt good for the most part. I think I texted you, Tyler, like a week before the draft. I said, "This is it. This is my year.
Oh, he
This
did.
is the year I set the record straight and remind everyone just how good I am."
I have a gold jacket ready and waiting for you when the time comes. I hope it's versus me, and then I get another second place. Typical me. Great finish for me. No, absolutely. I thought, man, I was like, imagine if he had Calvin Ridley last year. Like how great your team would have been. Like you would have had. I mean, we gushed over Piani's assembled team, right, called the Avengers or whatever. But I was like, man, if he had Calvin Ridley with Calvin Ridley numbers, like, oh my goodness. But it is what it is. Speaking to the draft this year, CEH, how hard was that pick? I mean, we all saw your face when you put it on the board. We'd love to hear it here.
Well, you so like you do your draft prep and you go through it and it's just like, CH is whatever the header might, let's just say running back 22. It's just like, and you look like, well, I like the 20 running back 23 more. Like it was like, I like Gibson more, who was playing pro than him. I like, all these dudes. You're just like, CEH just not going to be on my team as a result. And then you get into the actual draft and Gibson goes before CEH and all these people are going. And then you're looking with what's wrapped and it's like, okay, do I want CEH or Miles Sanders? Oh, I think I want CEH. Do I want CEH or this guy? I think I want CEH.
If I was in your shoes, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
So I've always kind of felt he's never really done anything to this point. So, but I mean, following the offseason moves, they didn't bring in another running back. Really, they didn't really do anything. So, just had to kind of go for it.
I agree. We all looked at you make that pick. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
You could have done my strategy and just took in 4 receivers instead.
Well, I missed the tight end run, so I just had an audible.
That was insane. Absolutely insane. Speaking of running backs, can you tell the league how good Rashad Penny is and his ceiling?
Better than you think he is, worse than I think he is.
Okay. All right. Maybe we need to get out to Pete Carroll. Let him know.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly, I don't know. I mean, he was on fire those like last 3 weeks last year. Yeah. I mean, obviously, for those who don't know, for those who are new to the league, his rookie year, I drafted Rashad Penny ridiculously high. I think he was my 2nd or 3rd round pick. And, I just thought, Chris Carson, who's that guy? He's not going to do anything. They're going to go with this rookie they drafted in the 2nd round. Chris Carson, he's an undrafted free agent. He's not going to do anything for Seattle, let alone for the next 5 years. Yeah. But so obviously his career maybe has not panned out the way I thought it would. But yeah, I think he's a fine 4th running back on my team. And I think
good.
will be very. He's one of my guys, so I'm always happy. He'll always have a home on my team.
Yeah, I loved it. Danny screamed out when Mike took Melvin Gordon. He was like, "You would take Melvin Gordon," and I'm just like, Rashad Penny. I was like, I feel the same way about Ryan Downs and Rashad Penny. You would take Rashad Penny, Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, San Francisco did the same thing too. They had like a running back they drafted early. Yes. Then they just started Eli Mitchell. They were like, no, Eli Mitchell's the guy. He's starting over anyone.
Oh, yeah. Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
Trey Sermon. Oh my God, Trey Sermon. This guy's not even on the roster.
Yeah, I think he's in Philly now.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Kind of insane, huh? I guess
Philly is like they just yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Are we
Coaches,
up?
man, coaches are crazy.
No, absolutely. And you know what it is over there with, but I do appreciate Shannon's approach where it's like one guy's going to handle the majority of the work. I do appreciate that as a fantasy commissioner, but it is what it is. Ryan, are we up or down on parlays this year?
If the Raiders didn't blow a 20-point lead, I could say up. But yeah, my biggest bet last week was parlay. It was Carr over 1.5 touchdowns, which he had like halfway through the first quarter with Raiders money line. It brought it to like even money. So that was and I was feeling pretty good about it in the third quarter.
No, I completely understand. Last week, I don't know what propelled me to do this, but I took Pittsburgh plus 2.5 and I bet on Mitch Trubisky. But even though I know who he is, I still took Baltimore to win and they lost to Miami. So I was like, it's all fine. It's all fine. But I'm never betting on Mitch again. Won't do it. Doesn't matter who they're playing.
Dude, imagine the amount of pain and anger for all the people that took the Browns against the Jets, the Browns over the Jets. Like, what was that about? Like, what? 2 minutes?
Joe Flacco.
It's crazy. But yeah,
That's just bad
so
coaching, though.
down overall, but we'll bounce back.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Gabe Davis first touchdowns out there to be had.
That was insane. I couldn't believe that. The whole league was like crazy over that one. That was nuts. He just posted Gabe Davis first. I was like, oh my God.
Didn't you say Mike Williams first touchdown too?
Yeah, 1 yard away. 1 yard away.
Oh, it was Horvath. That's a guy. I think Horvath got the first touchdown, and then Mike Williams scored after that.
Typical Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Dang.
Not to finish, stop at the 1. That's just Mike Williams.
He scored
Yeah.
right after.
But the first, he had the bomb and he got tackled at the 1, and I was like, oh, there it goes. There's no way he's getting it.
You know who was infamous for getting tackled at the 1 yard line? Julio Jones. Remember how many times he would get tackled at the? How angry would like fantasy managers would be like, just like, bro, get in the damn end zone. I know you're tall as hell. Get in the damn end zone. Like
he went like 15 straight games without a touchdown or something between 2 seasons. It was something ridiculous.
I remember that. Absolutely. He'll probably go down in history as the number 1 guy for that, like prolific guy. Anyways, absolutely. Last but not least, is this the best team you've drafted on paper? Well, I guess in your time in this league.
Probably 2020 was my best one.
Okay.
The Eckler Jacobs team. The one good Josh Jacobs year.
The one wasn't last year.
And that I really thought I was going to win that year. I flipped Jacobs for Eckler and somebody. I can't even remember. Eckler and a receiver. Maybe DJ Moore, somebody. And I really thought I was going to win that year, and obviously didn't pan out. But I mean, I have a good team this year, so obviously I'm excited about it. I wouldn't say it's the best team I mean, Juju's kind of worrisome in my lineup, but I'm feeling good. I think I'm a player away, but I think everyone at this point's a player away. So I just gotta find them out there.
Especially in a 14-man. Totally understand it. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great to see it. I mean, this is a big time game of the week. I'll be active on the group me for sure. Probably won't shout out when everybody's team scores, but I will definitely shout my guys out. I have yet to do the hype my player up video for the games. And I think I'm going to stay away from that because it usually backfires.
Yeah, don't do that.
I was like, I get this Cooper Cup video in for Thursday night, and I never did. And I was like, this was probably correct. Yeah.
Ryan, any final words on the? Go ahead, guys. Sorry, go ahead. Ryan.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I should be insulted that if the draft that Tyler thought was like the 11th best in the league this year is like, is that the best one you did? Got all the way up to 11th there, buddy? You're really climbing there.
I will say that I went back and watched the draft recap from last year. I got Dave's right, but I missed on several guys. By no means should I be a fantasy analysis. I should not call anybody's team. I should not rate teams. Shouldn't rate anything.
Does Tyler do the NFL projections?
I might just be sending that email out, and it's just all commissioner based. Imagine. I'm always good. Am I wrong? Like I always have I'm always like top 3 every year, and it's like I think they're a little wrong, but we know who the NFL is. We know who they like. The platform. But yeah, as Mike was saying, any last words this week, maybe for me or for some guy in your team you want to highlight?
Oh, I was gonna say last words about the lack of respect that you've been getting.
Oh, yes, put that out too.
That could be that too. Any last words in general? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I will just point two straight weeks scan of the week. So I mean, when they need the pay-per-view draw, you know who they're calling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. It's what you guys do. You need to hold me down and listen. Everyone likes an underdog, and I'm just not that. I'm just so freaking talented that it's pretty infuriating that it's not acknowledged more. But we'll see how it goes, and like I said, we'll see how once I beat Tyler, maybe I'll get some respect. But more importantly, when a member of this show has to hand me that championship belt, then I'll be getting the respect from the show that I deserve.
We feature champ. We won always. I do respect the champ. I always respect the champ. There's no doubt about it. Mike's got his due this year for sure. You know what I think about Mike and his fantasy abilities. But yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously I take an L this week. It's for sure flipping. But I will find a way to put Matt above. There's no doubt about it. We know what happens if we unleash. If we hype up Ryan Downs too much, we know what will happen. It'll turn into, it'll spiral into a winning streak that none of us have seen before, even surpassing somebody as such as Dave or Jesse, and also Nate, who also won 8. I think he won 8 in a row. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see somebody, and Ryan's already said it himself. He's like, I don't want to be. It'd be boring if I'm number 1 all the time. So
yeah.
He's the Floyd Mayweather of fantasy football. Everyone hates him. He's gonna keep winning. He's gonna keep doing his thing.
Earn that stuff.
Every story needs a villain, and I'll play my role.
I love that.
Absolutely. Well, okay. I'm good here. We can wrap it up here for week 3 on Second Take. Shout out to everybody. I will say again that Joe is hosting, so that should be a fun experience. He lives downtown now, so shouldn't be too bad for everybody. But all right. Any further words from you guys? We're great.
Not at all.
3-0. Shout it out. 3-0 for Mr. Downs. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to start the right guys. I hope you're excited about the defense I'm starting. Won't matter.
Won't matter. I'd like to say it's keeping me up at night. It's not.
My special team game has been weak for probably 5 years, so I understand. All right. Well, all right. Wrap it up here. Second Take. Week 3.